Hello, everyone, and welcome to MediaMelt, the show where we talk about the movies and TVs that are supposed to melt our minds, whether that's in a good way or a bad way. We usually find out after we see them. I'm, of course, your host, Dylan Strickland, and let's talk about Fast and Furious 9 today. Joining me once again is Kirby Teleski. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
And also here with us once again is actor and film fan Tanner Pieper. How are you, man?
I'm good.
That's excellent. I'm just going to give you guys a breakdown of how the show is going to go today. We are going to talk about Fast and Furious 1 through 4. That's Fast and Furious all the way to Fast and Furious. And then we're going to talk about Fast 5 through the Fate of the Furious. And then finally, we will talk about Fast and Furious 9. Those will be time-stamped in the description if you'd like to give them a look for yourself. But I'll start off with Kirby. What are your thoughts on the first 4 Fast and Furious movies?
Well, but before I get started, I just want to correct you on your titles there.
I'm so sorry. It's Fast and Furious.
No, well, it's Fast and Furious to the Fast and the Furious. You got to get that right.
No, it's okay.
No, it's Fast and Furious.
It's actually
the Fast
and Furious to Fast and Furious.
No, it's not. Look it up.
Hold on, I can't remember who's right.
It is Fast and Furious.
I don't have to look it up. I have
Fast,
it right
Too
here.
Furious, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, then the Fast and the Furious.
No.
No, I think you're wrong.
You're wrong, Kirby. You're actually wrong. I have it pulled up on IMDb. You're so wrong. It's painful. Kirby says, I have to correct you, but actually, I'm wrong. I did say it wrong when I introduced him, but it's the Fast and Furious, and then it's Fast and Furious, which is number 4. I can't wait to.
Are you sure?
I can't wait to shove this in your face.
Are you sure?
Wrong.
Yes, I'm absolutely 100% sure. I have all the names and titles down right here.
Fuck, you're right.
No, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. There was no doubt about it.
I swear to God, I thought it was Fast and Furious, and then they just tried to get fancy with the.
Well, you
Fast
don't
and
argue
the
about the
Furious.
name. You could get onto your opinion about them.
Okay. Well, I mean, the first 3 are very early 2000s, just plot alone and graphics alone. Because I mean, you get the sequences when they're in the street racing and all that, where when they hit the nitro, like the camera goes into the car, into the tubes. Then you see like the nitro get pumped into the engine, and you see it all like explode.
Revolutionary CG.
Yes, no, groundbreaking.
Dude, what is that?
It's definitely Kirby's dryer.
It is.
He definitely didn't let
100%.
go off, but he definitely didn't put that on before the show started.
It is 100% my dryer.
Why is it right next to your computer?
It's not. It's
Wow,
halfway across my apartments.
Okay,
That's how loud it is.
Continue talking about
Yes.
the revolutionary technology.
I keep up
So
at night.
I mean, the Fast and the Furious. It's really good. I mean it's the first one. It's what's set up for everything. Too Fast and Too Furious. It's I don't want to say it's sequelitis, but it's not as good as the first one. I mean, you get Tyrese Gibson brought in alongside with Paul
Really?
Walker.
I like the
What?
second one more, I think, than the first one.
Oh no, I like the first one more just because I mean, the ending of it, because you get the highway chase with them, and then you have can't remember his name right now. The one dude hanging from the 18-wheeler with the wire wrapped around his arm.
Vince.
Yeah. And
I don't know. See, that was kind of my issue. Well, not the whole chase at the end of the first one, but the I didn't like that Dominic and him and Brian decided to race. Oh, sorry, not Dominic. God Toretto decided to race when he's like Dominic's clearly supposed to be like super pissed at him for being a cop. I thought that was kind of dumb. But they were like, "That's a quarter mile away. Let's race and see if we hit a train." I thought it was stupid.
It's been a while since I've seen the first one, but didn't they get hit by a train?
No, they make it.
No.
They just barely make
Okay,
it. Right
it's the fourth one or whatever that they get hit by the train.
I don't remember anybody getting hit by a train.
I remember one movie. It was Vin Diesel that he got hit like on the tail end of his car by a train. I think it was the fourth one.
You're thinking about Cars.
Do what?
You're thinking about Cars 1.
Oh, am I?
No way. Are you serious?
No,
Train's coming and it honks at Lightning McQueen.
I swear it was Fast and Furious.
All right,
Anyways,
continue with your opinion on the second one.
and-
What you got?
I mean, the second one's decent. Like there's a lot more humor in it because Tyrese Gibson is in it.
Roman Pierce.
Roman Pierce, the loudmouth. I mean, yeah. I mean, the second one's all right. The third one's so bad.
Shut your mouth.
What do you mean?
Shut your mouth. I'm sorry.
What do
I
you
knew this was going to be a
mean?
problem because
Don't ever
Tanner
say some
really
shit
likes
like
Tokyo.
that.
No,
Don't
no,
ever
the
say
third
something
one-
Stupid like that again. Don't say something stupid.
All right,
like
no,
that again.
the
Or
first-
maybe being the video.
The first time I watched it, I thought it was going to be about the first 15, 20 minutes of it. I thought it was going to be a prequel to the Fast and the Furious. I thought the redneck dude in it, I can't remember his name. I thought Sean. Okay, I thought
You
he
modeled your
was,
haircut after him.
and I did not. All right, Weird Al. I thought
That's a compliment. I dare say that's a compliment, good sir.
I mean, the guy's got decent music, but hair, nah.
Yourself.
I thought Sean was a young Dom Toretto before I learned his name.
That's
Because
not true. That is
No,
is that you serious or are you joking?
No. I thought it was the first time I ever watched Tokyo Drift.
How old were you?
12, 13, something like that.
I was like 7 when I first watched the movie.
I watched all of them for the first time before I went and saw the
Oh
ninth one.
God!
Yeah,
pretty sure,
I've seen the first
like
and second
fresh.
one before, but I hadn't seen anything from Tokyo. I've seen the first 15 minutes of Tokyo Drift, and then anything from that through to the new one, I have not seen.
But the first 15 minutes of Tokyo Drift is
Terrible.
It's the best in the entire series.
Get out of here with your trash opinion.
First of all, the intro sequence with the song, and that has nothing that none of that part of his life has to deal with any of the rest of the movie.
Speaking of
It's
song in
hilarious.
Tokyo Drift, is that ding ding ding
Yes.
ding ding? Is that
Yes.
from
So
that
that-
movie?
Yes,
It
yes,
originated
yes.
there?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, why they never use it in a race though? They only use it like when they're
Like when it's
showing-
painting over like cars or
Yeah, when they're hypersexualizing women or when
Yeah.
they're like, moving through cars.
I mean, it's Fast and
I'll tell you.
Furious.
I'll tell you what it's from. There's a good intro sequence, but then there's always in every Fast and Furious movie there's that sequence where it's like a bunch of girls bending over cars, and that's the song for that one.
Okay, got you.
But then all the other movies have the same thing, but with like a different song.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
And the Tokyo Drift is so bad. It's even, I want to say it's even worse now since I've seen
Shut
Fast 9.
up, dude.
Like it's just a whole mess. I mean, they try to bring in the characters and everything later on, and it just does not work.
No, they had a plan from the start.
No, get
This
out of here.
entire series has been a
Sometimes it kind of
culmination
feels like
of
it is, and
planning.
I hate that feels like it. They
No.
planned it from
you
the start.
hate that it feels how good
I
it is
hate
actually
how-
connecting.
I hate
because
that
it
they were
feels
like
better than a
planting
Star
seeds
Wars
for Fast
movies.
9.
No, get out.
I know
of
they
here.
Because
did
it has
need
better
to.
continuity than every Star Wars movie.
They had
Like it feels like because 4 through we'll talk about that in a second. Never mind. Keep going with what you're
they
saying.
had
Kirby.
no plan. They were just like, "Oh yeah, let's have a Fast and Furious, but Japanese. Let's have drifting. Let's have all the Japanese stuff in there." And it flopped hard. It's the worst. Take that back. It's either the worst or second worst Fast and Furious movie. And
Really
and the
I don't
fourth
know if
one
it's
now.
That bad.
And the fourth one now, I want to say the fourth one is when like my version, like canon version of Fast and Furious starts, because that's when it like all the big mainline story stuff starts is in Fast and Furious, because I mean it picks up right
In the four.
yeah
you mean
four.
Fast and Furious. No, the
Listen. Because I mean that's when you get like introduced to Gal Gadot and all that, and that's when
Good
Letty
no.
dies. Anyways, and that's when all the like great Fast and Furious moments begin. Is in 4 and continues in 5 and is kind of in 6 and so on.
What about you, Tanner? What do you think of the first 4 Fast and Furious movies?
Like the first 4, I don't know. I watched all those as a kid, and I've watched every other Fast and Furious movie as like an adult. So they don't even feel like the same series, even though later on it still feels like it's all connected somehow.
I've been thinking about this constantly. I keep running back and forth with the fact that if you watched Fast and the Furious, and then immediately skipped to
Watched
9,
Fast 9. Yeah, it would be insane. It'd be such whiplash.
you would be
It's buck fucking wild.
you would be on an utterly different plane of existence. you would be so
It's like-
bewildered.
It's like the Fast and Furious is like the Final Fantasy of movies.
Yeah.
Like it has such a weird number of games that have come out that it's just become like a weird like joke
So
of itself, but it's also really good.
I hate how accurate that description is.
But do you kind of agree with me, Kirby, that do you think two's or not agree? Me and Kirby disagreed, but do you agree with me or Kirby on whether or not Fast 2 is better than Fast 1?
I think if you asked me personally which one was my favorite, I'd say Too Fast, Too Furious. But I think that's simply because I watched it more and it was a little more like aimed towards like explosions and stuff like that. I feel like that like 2 did stuff that they wish they could have done in 1, but they didn't have the budget. But I appreciate 1 more as a movie because I feel like because they didn't have the budget to spend on like cool action scenes like they wanted to, and they do later, so they have to write actual good story more.
I mean,
How do you guys feel about the acting in the first Fast and Furious movie?
I think
first-
it's weird, but it's like weirdly good.
I
mean,
wouldn't say it's weird. I said I think it weirdly fits. Like it's
Like,
not
goodly
good
weird,
at all.
I mean, like goodly weird. Like
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good.
I
It's like
mean,
almost
I think-
accidentally good.
I actually think Paul Walker, like the late Paul Walker, is like a bad actor all the way up until the 4th Fast and Furious movie. Like I
mean,
think his
you-
acting feels so out of place in the first 2 films.
you got to look back. I mean, this was what, early 2000s, 2001 with the first one.
Not an acceptable thing to say when
Okay,
Lord of the
I
Rings
mean-
came out.
All right, it's different. You're really going to compare Frodo Baggins taking the ring to Mordor to the Fast and the Furious, where they're
No, but I'm saying is in terms of acting, like
yeah,
Those are comparable situations.
You're comparing like apples to like
you're talking about
Dirt.
genre. I'm talking about acting.
but Kirby, your argument is that it's so old that it's fine that it has bad acting. But
Yeah, that's
other
what you
movies
were
at the same
going on.
time.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Also, speaking of
I'm
actors,
not-
did you guys notice that it's or Kirby, this is for you more. Did you notice that Raiden from NK Annihilation is the police head in Miami in the second movie?
Dude, it's been forever since I've seen the second one.
He's the chief of police.
Are you
when
serious?
When I saw his face, the dude from MK Annihilation
How did you
who
even
plays
remember
Raiden,
that?
he's the chief of police in
What's his
Miami.
name? What's his name? I mean, he's in a couple things.
I have no idea, but I was looking at him for so long and I was like, why do I know this guy? And then it hit me and I was like, this is the perfect film. I was like, he's like, this is exactly what I want.
What's his name?
But Tanner, go ahead and continue while Kirby finds out that dude's name. What did you think of the second and third one?
The second and third one feel completely different from the first one. The third one is obviously extremely different. I have no idea why they even did that, or why they didn't continue with the story, or why they thought they needed a new movie that later became a prequel to newer movies. So they did like a weird Star Wars thing.
I think
And so
I think there was a thing there where what's his name? Vin Diesel. Where Vin Diesel said he was done making Fast and Furious movies.
So they tried to
Wait,
joke
when did he
about
say
it.
that?
I think after the first one
Riddick?
came out, he was like, I'm never coming back.
The money was too good.
Oh, that's right, because he's not in the second one, is he?
No, he's not in the
not
second.
one.
Well, no, he was in the third one at the very end of it.
He was in the third one at the end, and that was kind
Yeah.
of like a surprise. I think they added that on there at the end. But I think
I think
for a
so,
while
too.
he said, I have no interest in coming back.
I don't know. This series has like an also weirdly unique feel. Like it doesn't have a main character, because obviously for the first and second movie, it's Paul Walker's character. Like he's the main character. But I feel like Dominic Toretto becomes more important, and they just like every character becomes more important. And every single character you're watching is a main character whenever they're on the screen.
I
Like
know.
if you
I
asked
think
like
they
the
try
main character of Fast and Furious, I'd be like, I don't know, because I would say Paul Walker, but he's not even in the universe, not even alive. So it's like
Yeah.
weird.
How did you guys feel about the score, the playlist to the first, I think, 3 movies? I think is atrocious. I
I'm
cannot
not gonna
stand
lie,
the
I just
score.
don't
of these.
understand. I just weird because I've never heard these songs before in my life anywhere else.
I mean,
I
they're
know
old. I mean,
exactly.
they're like old hip hop songs.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Until like I think it's Fast maybe 5, but it might be 7
Yeah.
is when they actually like go
They play a
mainstream with their
relevant
music.
No,
song.
no.
Yeah.
I want to say Fast Five, like the ending track when they're all like driving away or whatever. I've heard that one before, but
I
like
don't
before
remember
that,
what it is.
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they were. I thought they feel so
I think Tokyo
weird.
Drift has the best soundtrack out of the first 4. Easily.
No, absolutely not
Easily.
true.
Tanner?
I love that.
I
Tanner?
guess
love
maybe
that.
it's the most. I guess it's the most. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it might be the most like noticeable. Like it might be the most.
I will say
is it?
the
Not
only
stand
good
out, but it's the one that you can point to and be like, this one was different.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only good thing to come out of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift was that ding 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 that
meme?
song. Yeah, the meme song.
I
Whatever
like
song
Han.
that was.
I think Han's really a really cool character.
He is.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah,
cool they had to
I
bring
mean-
him back from the dead.
He's
so
one hungry
cool they
motherfucker,
though.
tried their absolute
I mean, he smoked.
He's the hungriest person I've ever met.
I mean,
He
you
needs stuff
caught
on
the
his
part
own.
where he smoked 2 packs a day in Fast Five, right?
Yes, I'm well aware, but he's still eating in every scene. Like I know people who are cigarette addicts who have quit and they don't smoke or they don't feel the need to smoke every scene. Like Han literally has something in his hand, and he's chewing it every scene. But I like it. I think he's a really cool character.
They're fat-free chips.
I don't like the beginning of. I think I don't like the beginning of Tokyo Drift, Tanner, because I hate that they're racing for a girl. I hate it.
But
I
that's
can't
there's
stand it.
nothing more Fast and Furious than what you just
I
said.
can't.
There's
I mean,
nothing
they
more
were
Fast and
teenagers,
Furious.
so I mean,
I
come
thought it
on.
was the dumbest thing ever. She was like, "You race and you get me." I was like, "Who the fuck would want you if that's your attitude?" Like,
Bro,
nobody wants to be with a girl that
Are you joking? The
Or
first
when-
movie, Paul Walker like does all this even for a girl. He ends up just it all ends up them just being with the girl they want to be with.
I know it's so ridiculous. He for one, Brian kind of seems like a god in these movies, because like, I don't know. He
Everybody
seems
in
like
it, like I feel like once like yeah, you're right. Keep going. Sorry, I was
No, go ahead,
you're just making me think about weird things like how I said that Paul Walker was initially like the main character, but then like I feel like after like Fast 5, all of his like supernatural plot armor main character abilities got spread to every other character.
but mostly to Dom. Dom was taking the hugest,
Yes.
biggest hit.
Because it's like Paul Walker knew how to fight, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense that Paul Walker knows how to fight. He's a cop, he's a
Yeah.
detective. That makes sense. But then it's like, oh, Ludacris fixes cars, and now he's a super mastermind. Like,
God.
techno guy.
Bro, I don't know if you guys noticed this in Too Fast, Too Furious. I was keeping track because I would like at first I noticed and I was like, no, there's no way this is true. But if you watch that movie and you see like we see Brian racing, right? Like consistently throughout the film.
Yeah.
Brian never once in that entire movie loses a race. He wins every single car race in Too Fast and
There's
Furious.
no stakes for him. There's no stakes.
I mean, that's just how good he is.
I guess, but I was like, there's no way this is a fact. Like, there's no way. And then I rewinded it back because I was like, I want to make sure I'm right before I say this. If he literally wins every single race, no one else is even a competition for him. It's so funny, dude.
Even when does he even lose to Dom?
No, he doesn't
Even-
lose to anybody. Well,
Well,
no,
Dom is
I
like-
think in Fast 1 he loses a couple races, but in Too
Yeah.
Fast, Too Furious,
Okay.
he goes untouched.
Yeah.
He's unbeatable.
Dude,
And
these
I,
movies
I
are like westerns, dude. They're crazy.
and I think the fourth Fast and Furious is kind of where this. I kind of agree with you, Kirby, where you said like the fourth Fast and Furious is kind of where it catches its like momentum and like finds its niche.
Yeah, it's where like all the it's
Yeah.
where every movie after 4 gets its power from, right?
Exactly. Like
Without
because they set up the Letty thing, and then
Yeah.
you introduce all the characters, and you kind of start to feel that Dom's a god with that dumbass ending where he like drives underneath a rolling tank. You know what I'm talking about? Where Letty looks
Which
at him she's
part?
like, Dom, you can't possibly be thinking that you're gonna
Oh
do
wait,
this.
oh yeah.
And then he
yeah.
like slides underneath the tank that's like
God.
rolling towards him on fire. It's
I forgot about that.
it's
That-
so ridiculous. Also, what was that thing where like these movies like they kind of push the dirty cop thing, like that one scene where Brian needs to get in the race but Dom won. So he like becomes a dirty cop and plants meth on a guy. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah. Well, no, it was
FBI agent. He breaks into his house,
I don't
storms in, and
no,
then drops meth on the table.
I don't think it was a dirty cop that he dropped it on. I think it was just a like random, like.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is he's a dirty cop?
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do, you know. So,
but and then they wanted to make sure it didn't seem like he was that bad of a guy by sticking in that one guy saying, "You know, this won't hold in court, right?" He was like, "Yeah, but that doesn't matter." I was like, "Bro."
I mean, the guy that he planted it on was kind of a schmuck. So.
Did you guys ever watch like the dumb short films that they put out?
Wait,
No,
what?
I know
What
you're
dumb
talking
short
like the Los
films?
Cubanos or something?
Yeah, Bandoleros, and also there's one called
Wait, hold on.
Turbocharged Prequel.
I've never heard of these. What are these?
There's like 1 4-minute clip of like Brian, like you know that car he has at the beginning of Too Fast, Too Furious.
The blue one, right?
It's like a gray one with like purple stripes.
Okay,
And it has like
okay.
nitro, and that's how he wins his first race.
Yeah.
It shows you basically how he gets that car, and then in the second one, it's like a kind of like prequel to Fast and Furious about like Dom and Letty. It's like Vin Diesel's directorial debut.
I mean, does it actually have like Vin Diesel and Paul Walker in it in the short film?
The first short film has Paul Walker in it, and then Bandoleros, whatever it's called, has Vin Diesel and the two Hispanic dudes who are in Fast 5 in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wondered.
Let's go. Unless do you guys have anything else to say about the first 4?
No.
Just that they're completely different from each other in every single way.
They are,
I
but
think,
I mean,
I
they're
think Too Fast and the first one are kind of similar because you kind of continue the story.
so
Yeah.
the first 4.
But then 3 and 4 are just completely different.
They're basic compared to the other ones. Am I right?
I don't know if I agree with you.
I mean,
I feel like they're just different.
they're more realistic than all the other ones.
Oh yeah, the one scene that I think about from the first 4, probably the most all the time, weirdly throughout my life at random moments, is when they put the rat under the bucket and they heated up the bucket.
Oh,
the rat
God.
scratched the guy.
Dude, that actually is like a medieval. Like,
yeah, no, it's a torture
torture
thing.
so
thing.
weird.
that they used to do.
It's like never addressed in other it never
It's
gets
so
that dark
hard
again.
to watch.
It's so
Yes.
dark, and that's not, like the darkest point of all these movies is that weird little minor scene.
Are you
So,
kidding me?
I
Vin
completely-
Diesel's a bad guy in 8. You think that rat
Shut the
thing
fuck
is
up.
a dark
Get
moment?
Get out
I
of here.
hate that, dude.
So I completely forgot Cole Hauser was the villain in Too Fast and Too Furious.
Is that
Handsome
the guy?
guy?
I don't know who Cole Hauser is, but
Have y'all seen Pitch Black, Riddick?
no.
Yes, I have.
All right, he's the bad guy in that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I feel like subconsciously I probably knew that.
Have y'all also seen a show called Yellowstone?
I haven't, but I've heard about it.
Okay.
The park one.
Yeah.
With Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cole Hauser's also in that. And if you take a picture of him in Yellowstone and then a picture of him either in like Riddick, Pitch Black, or Too Fast and Too Furious,
Yeah.
you couldn't fucking tell it's the same guy. It looks completely different.
Let's move into Fast 5 through Fate of the Furious. Now, I'll tell you what. This is where these start getting really good. Kirby, we'll start with you again. What do you think?
Wait,
of
which
the
Fast and
first-
Furious?
What do you think of the last 4 Fast and Furious movies?
So Fast 5, it's the best Fast and Furious movie out of all of them, hands down. I mean, you get introduced to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His character's pretty cool, and then the entire plot in Fast 5 is outstanding, dude. I mean, you get the intro of like Paul and I can't remember her name, Dom's sister, whoever she is.
Mia.
Mia. Yeah, you get O'Connor and Mia coming into Rio, and then like setting up with Vince and all that. Then they get started on the heist, and then you that train heist. That was probably one of the coolest
the train car
heists.
scene is awesome.
That-
The opening to this movie is really, really cool.
That is probably hands down one of the best.
It's also super
Fast-
goofy. Like when they
yeah,
they
come
drive
on.
into the water.
Oh yeah, no, they
So
would have died
They would have been so dead when Dom like floors
it's
it, and he's like Dom, and then they just jump, like
Yeah,
Dom
no,
jumps out of the car.
It's like hitting concrete at that height. They would
midair,
have been
he
dead.
jumps out of the car.
Right next to a
God.
car, bro.
So okay, if you notice in that scene, where Paul Walker jumps onto the car, they had plenty of time just to veer off.
I know,
and like ride along the edge.
In all the other movies.
Oh yeah, no, they could have easily not fallen into the water, but whatever. And the entire like finale scene of Fast Five is amazing. I remember watching it the first time in theaters, and the first time you see
with the safe.
Yeah. The first time you see the vault safe roll over into the bank, you're just sitting there like, holy shit, they just took out a bank with a bank, more or less.
I know.
And then Mia's over the comms. Hey guys, I don't know if I'm hearing this right, but did you guys just take out a bank? It's one of the best scenes in that movie. And
they bring Vince back just to murder him.
Oh, I mean, come on, you got to tie up loose ends. I mean, come on.
I guess.
No, just watch. He's gonna come back in Fast 10.
I swear to God.
Fast
you mean
X.
Fast 10 your seatbelts?
Oh my God!
Is
I
that
swear to
it?
God, I hope that is not it. I hope it's just.
If that isn't
How
the
could
name,
that
I'm gonna
not
be
be?
pissed.
God, that's.
I feel like that's gonna be
so
like the
bad.
trailer line.
That's
Fast
so
10
bad.
Maybe not
seatbelts.
God. Anyways, so
Like the hashtag.
6. What is 6 called? What is it?
6 is called Fast and Furious 6.
Oh well, fucking creative
So
there.
lame, bro.
And 6 was with
It's
Luke
where
Evans.
Letty's memory that Letty comes back, and
But
her
she doesn't
memory is
remember anything,
completely gone.
She's
Every
amnesia.
ounce, all 18 years or 25 years of her life is completely gone.
Who was the baddie? Was it Jason? No, Jason Statham wasn't in it. It was his brother, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's the
Okay.
first one with Shaw's brother, Owen Shaw.
Yeah. And
Shaw.
at the end of it was the scene with the airplane and the infinite.
This is the one that takes place in the timeline right before Tokyo Drift. So Gal Gadot dies.
I hate that they like moved the continuity of
Like,
Tokyo Drift.
inserted
Anyways,
it.
It's
anyways.
because I think Justin Lin really likes the actor who plays Han. Because every
Okay.
movie he directed that's in the Fast Saga has Han in it. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
he
no,
came back
he-
for
he
9,
is.
and they decided he's coming back to life.
Anyways, we'll get there. But six was all right until the end was with the like infinite length runway was just stupid.
Oh my
Because
God! I didn't even think about how long that runway.
Oh
was.
yeah, no.
You
It's just
mentioned it.
the plane's sitting there, running along the runway, not taking off or anything. And it's just sitting there going
As
for
like,
like
the
he's
runway
just
is
mean
so
for some
long.
reason.
it's going for like a solid 15-20 minutes at full speed on a runway.
Theoretically, it's going about 200 miles an hour, so it has to be.
God.
I didn't even think about how long that runway has to be. That's a
It
great
just the
point.
entire scene of them like trying to take down the airplane with the cars and the grappling guns and all that. Oh my God.
Like no one even thought about it, and they were done filming. They were like, "Oh,
Yeah, how don't they
Let
think
it go.
about that?
Just
You
let
know.
it out. it's release it."
Anyways, I mean, I was a bit sad when Gail Gadot died in that movie. Don't you dare correct
Gadot.
me. Just shut up.
I mean, I have to tell you, that's our name.
It's Gadot. It's Gadot. It's Gadot. Gadot.
Oh, did you know that English isn't the only language?
Kirby Tailski.
Exactly. Kirby Tail Sky.
Kirby
With a hot
Tailski.
take. Gal Gadot.
Kirby Tailski.
I'm about to quit the show. I'm about to log off.
Do you promise?
Fucking-
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Continue.
Gail Gadot's character died. I'm not correcting myself because I am correct.
Yeah, correct.
Oh my God.
I
Kirby's
was.
more correct than her on her own name.
Anyways, moving on to Fast 7 now. Since
I believe you
It's-
mean Furious 7.
I hate that they changed like the name for each one.
I don't think that was the actual name. I think it's actually called Fast and Furious 7, but like the marketing was like it's Furious 7.
Okay. And Furious 7, it was just because I mean
This is the one with this is the one that was Paul Walker's send off.
Okay, so I mean that's the only reason why I guess this one would stand out more was because I mean yeah he died in the car crash. I think so. I've always thought to myself with Paul Walker's death, it was kind of ironic how he died, right? I mean he's dead.
Am I gonna have to cut this out because you just said it's ironic that Paul Walker died in a car wreck? A couple of movies that featured cars.
He
Did
did
you really just say that?
Heavily
he
ironic.
did
tragic
Fast and Furious
accident, and you're
for like a solid 10,
You
12
definitely have to cut
years.
this, Dylan.
And then
I'm definitely not cutting this because
and
you
then
can
he
clearly
just
tell I don't support anything Kirby says.
he
but
tragically
you can go ahead and
no,
continue, Kirby, with what your
it's not a
dumbass
bad thing
statement
that
is.
I'm saying. It's just ironic. I'm not saying it's funny or it's freaking
The
tragic.
death of a man.
Well, yeah, irony
In
doesn't
my-
mean funny.
in my
I'm just-
personal opinion,
I don't know.
I just think it's a little ironic. He was a badass driving cars in a lot of movies, and
died
then
in a
he dies in a
tragic
car
drunk driving
crash.
accident. Oh, the irony.
That was a sick
I'm just-
connection you made there. Real
Connecting the dots. I'm just
detective.
I can't stand you, Kirby. What did you think about the movie, not the
Okay,
man's death
okay.
and unfortunate death?
so. Looking back now, I'm not a fan of Furious 7 because of that fucking song, the do 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 with the piano. I can't listen to it.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
I hate you.
I'll tell you all about it.
I hate you so much. Nah, just that song. It's too overplayed, especially with the trailer or trailers with Fast 8. I'm pretty sure they used it in, and then I like with the trailers with Fast 9.
No, I think they just. I don't remember
I mean,
the trailers of
the
Fast
first-
8 doing it, but Fast 9 definitely did it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Fast 8 did it as well. I'm not sure, but I mean, yeah, it was tragic that Paul Walker died in the car crash that he was in. But
More
I do
ironic.
like the
Kirby would say.
last. Listen.
I don't mean to laugh, but you just goofing me up. With
I know it's a tragic thing. I'm just saying it's
Terrible.
ironic. Ironic doesn't mean bad or anything.
Yeah, ironic
Anyways,
doesn't mean funny.
All right,
but-
why do you have to go back to that? I'm going forward with this.
Because
Okay.
you went back to it.
Listen.
You
The-
really did go right to
I
it.
really like the scene where
No one said anything, and he was like, it was tragically ironic.
anyways, I did like the
You're lagging a
scene.
little bit, Dylan.
God damn. Okay, no, you're not talking to me. Never mind. I did like the scene of the last shot where it's Vin Diesel and then Paul Walker's brother in the car, and then he like looks over to it, and that was supposed to be the final scene of Paul Walker, but it wasn't, and he just drived off. I mean, I like the send off. Yeah, that's
I
my
like
thoughts
the
about-
send off,
about
but I
Furious
think it
7.
causes major issues for them in the next two movies, or at least
Yeah.
Fast 9. We'll
I
get
mean,
more into that
they
later, but
can't-
I think the send off that they chose like is causing problems with like Fast 9. But we'll talk about that in a second. Also, what the hell?
I mean,
Kurt
they can't
Russell's
really-
in this movie, Kirby. This is the first one
All
where
right,
Kurt
I'm
Russell's
not
in
gonna
it.
lie. Until I went into the theater and watched Fast 9 again, I completely forgot Kurt Russell were in these fucking things. I completely forgot he was in them.
I think he did too.
Wasted character, by the way. I mean, yeah, decent character. Wasted though. Kurt, it's forgettable. All the Fast movies besides 5 is forgettable.
I don't know if I agree with you. What about Fate of the Furious? What do you think of that?
All right. I mean, I kind of like the name, right?
Yeah, it's a clever name.
But
It's clever.
with 8, I feel like this is now where they're finally kicking a dead horse, right?
Really?
So in my personal opinion, I think Furious 7 was when the horse died, and then Fate 8 they started kicking it. Just
The
because
horse died with
the main
Furious
villain
7.
is the main villain. Oh yeah, no, it just happens to be a brother that's an exact badass. Oh, the
Wait,
villain
that's
beforehand.
Furious
No, get
9.
the fuck out of here.
That's 9. We're talking about 8.
No, Jason
He's
Statham
talking
is the
about
is
Jason
the
Statham.
brother
Oh, you're talking about Jason Statham.
of
Oh my God, it's literally the... Okay, go ahead.
Shaw.
yeah. Yeah, no, they're brothers, and then just and the entire thing, it was just
But see, for me,
kicking
that
a
one
dead
felt
horse.
okay
I
because they
didn't
brought
like
him
it.
in at
We
the end of
didn't need it.
6. They brought him in at the end of 6. Remember, like he in the post-credit scene, he like
And-
kills Han. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the post-credit scene. I don't
Yeah.
remember that. Anyways, I mean, they should have left Han dead. They shouldn't have like added to his death or taken away from it. I hated it. What Fate or Furious movie was the one that Letty came back in? Was that 6?
She came back in 6. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 6.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when movies bring people back from the dead, but I especially hate the Fast and Furious movies.
Says the MCU fanboy.
All right, no, I still hate it. Anyways, I mean, you can't come back from a burning car crash.
But she
And
was
there's
never
two
in
people
it.
that were in
To
two
be
burning
fair,
car
they
crashes.
cut
You
away
can't come
from
back
it,
from that.
so it's not like it was unbelievable. That one wasn't very unbelievable. Han was kind of unbelievable for me, but like they cut away from it in Fast and Furious 4, so it's like you could get away with it.
No. If you die, you die. You're not coming back. That's black and white in my book. That's it. Anyways. Yeah, Furious 8, they're kicking a dead horse. Furious 7 is where they should have left the franchise die off. Because, I mean, Paul Walker died. All right, it's tragic, yeah. Leave it alone. Don't try to do anything else. They had a good ending with the send-off and all that, and that's where they should have stopped, was Furious 7. And then Furious 8 came along, and it's bad.
What do you think of what about you, Tanner? What do you think of the last 4 Furious movies?
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
Or not 9.
No,
Yeah, I
the
just say.
last 4. I don't know. Fast 5 was the one I remember a lot. I don't like 6. 6 is literally like nothing to me. 6 and 8. Also 8 feels
It's
like
really hard to
watched it,
remember.
like, really late in the morning.
I was
So 8
I was
feels like a
watching
fever
Fast
dream.
7
8 feels like I
forgetting what
watched
happened
it.
in Fast 6.
Fate 8 is when Dom goes evil, right? That's the first one with
Yeah,
Charlize
yeah,
Theron
yeah.
or Theron.
Yeah, the Fate of the Furious is when Dom
That's the
goes
only
there.
good part with that movie. That's the only good part of Fate 8 is with Charlize Theron.
I feel
It's
like
the only
5 is
good part.
really good. 5 is really good, and then 6 is like okay, and then 7 I feel like would have been like amazing if Paul Walker hadn't like died. And so I
I
feel like
didn't
they were
really feel like his death
5, like,
affected the
started
movie
to
that
pick up
much.
the
I might be
momentum.
crazy, but like he doesn't feel
No,
like
yeah, no,
he's
not-
missing from it.
Not specifically that movie. Yeah,
No.
not specifically that movie, but I think, like you said, it causes problems later on because they had a choice. Because I hear what Kirby's saying because like the kicking the dead horse thing, but I don't really see it in the same way. I just think they had a choice between 7 and 8 where Paul Walker died. It's like, do we leave this movie alone, or do we keep doing this to keep? Because in a way, it kind of seems it's like these movies are making a lot of money, so it's like it kind of feels weird that they keep doing them. But
Oh my
also at the
god,
same
so
time, you
much
see that they
money. I think
respect
7 and 8 both
him
made like
and his
over
death.
$1.5 billion or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it's like, was it even their choice to keep making them? Like at that point, I don't even know.
No, it can be their choice. The actors can say, no, we're not going to make it out of respect for Paul Walker.
I think the report going around right now is that Fast 7 is going to be like the last of these movies. Or Fast 11, sorry, not Fast 7.
11?
Yeah. We'll get 2 more.
What are they going to do with that? Go.
We'll get 2 more with this family and then yeah.
And I'm assuming we're going to talk about sequels later. Like
Yeah, we will.
later.
Yeah. But
Like you always do.
see, here's my thing with this is I think that Fast 5 is exactly what you want out of these movies, right? First of all, The Rock is absolutely untouchable in this film. He's so god tier in this movie, and he's sweating in every scene. What's the scene? And the score. The score is finally what you want, right? The score is finally an actual score, and like the action is fun. And then that one scene with The Rock where the guy comes up to him and he goes, this is all you need to know about The Rock's character in these movies. The guy comes up to him, he goes, "Sir, would you like the good news or the bad news first?" And he goes, "You know I like my dessert first."
I like my dessert first.
Funny, dude. It's like the funniest shit I've ever heard.
So the score in Fast Five, the score in Fast Five was by Brian Tyler, by the way.
He does a lot of these. I think he did the 9th one too.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. He does a lot of them. I don't know who Brian.
I'm pretty
Tyler
sure he
is,
did the
but
9th one, but he
sounds
also
really
does
familiar.
a lot of. I'm pretty sure he did like the Expendables, Iron Man 3, Fury 7, he Thor: The Dark World. He's done a lot of.
Iron Man 3
movies.
does sound pretty good. I'm gonna hold it from you.
Iron Man 3 soundtrack slaps.
Yeah, the movie,
Stop it.
What do you think of Fast 6, Tanner? You said it was just okay.
Yeah, that's the one I remember the least because I think I've only seen that twice, and it was a long time ago, and I just don't even think about it honestly. I feel like I just think of 5 and 7 because those are so much more like pivotal. Because 5 is pivotal because it's like that transition into what they're doing now, and then 7 is like Paul Walker's death. So like 6 is just kind of lost.
Yeah. I like that one scene. Do you guys remember that one scene at the end where in 6 when Vin Diesel headbutts Owen Shaw, and he like does like a jumping headbutt to like save the day, basically? You guys know what I'm talking about? Do you not remember?
That sounds familiar, but I can't see it.
It's so funny, dude. So he like loads up and he's like, it's like, I can't remember if Letty or someone's in trouble, and he like loads up and he just jumps and headbutts the guy, and he like falls backward in the perfect manner. It's so funny.
A thing that I hate about Furious 7, that is the one with Jason Statham, right?
Oh yeah. Furious 7 is the first one with Jason Statham.
I think he's in there. Yeah, he's in there.
So I hate the ending of that movie when they're in the parking garage, right? And it's already like starting to come down, and Vin Diesel and Jason Statham are on the top, and they're out of their cars, and then Jason Statham gets out and says, "Oh, when you're LA, the only winner is the streets," and he like stomps on the fucking ground, and it collapses the entire parking garage.
He becomes God.
No,
I'm sorry. He just literally becomes God.
It's so bad.
It's not even a question.
So bad.
There's a scene in Furious 7 where he lifts a car. He lifts the car so Paul Walker can get underneath it. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I don't understand.
Wait,
this is a ton and a half.
Is Furious 7 is Furious 7 the one where Paul Walker runs across the bus as it's trailing off the edge of a cliff?
Yes.
And he catches the spoiler of another car drifting around the edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice how in these movies they treat the hood of a car like if you land on a hood of a car, say like in Fury or Fast and Furious
it's
6,
the softest thing ever.
I know they treat it like it's a pillow. Like when Letty's like, "How did you know that car was gonna be there when you jumped across the bridge to save me in midair?" She's like, "How did you know?" He's like, "I did it." I'm like,
God,
it's the most ridiculous thing ever.
No,
dude, that's hilarious.
Oh man, I can't even. I don't know. Also, Iggy Azalea is in Furious 7. Did you guys notice that?
Who?
Iggy Azalea, like the singer.
Really?
You don't know who Iggy Azalea is?
When? Yeah, I
You
know
know,
who that is.
Black
I don't
Widow?
know when.
She wrote the song Black Widow. Nothing.
You don't know
Where do you
what-
live,
that's weird.
Kirby? Where do you live? How do you guys?
I don't.
She's a very popular
I,
singer.
I don't listen to trash music. I just don't listen to trash.
Oh, did you?
music.
Hey, Kirby, I was
That's my
wondering.
thing.
Did
I
you know
listen to
that
quality
music is actually a subjective art form? So, saying that something is trash in terms of music is objectively false, and you cannot be like right when you make a statement like that.
Well, it's kind of hard to believe that when I feel right now when I say that. You know, it's kind of hard to
Okay, Kirby.
not say that and feel
Sure.
wrong at the same time. But I
Oh my
feel
God,
right,
we have to talk about. I almost completely forgot about this. You hitting that whatever you were saying head on made me completely remember that Dominic Toretto and Shaw in Furious 7 decide to have two head-on collisions. You remember this? Like,
Oh
do
my
the
God,
chicken
yeah.
drive, and instead of turning, they
Well,
just
and at the
smash
very end,
into each other. It's so funny, dude.
well, and at the end of it, before they crash, like Dom somehow adds extra horsepower to the car and lifts it up, pops a wheelie with it, and
He
then
does it in
slams
every
it
single
into
film. In every
his
single
car,
film,
right?
in every single film, the car magically can float when he wants it to. But the first time they crash, it's so funny, dude. I was like, okay, one of them has to dip, right? And no, they just fucking ram the shit out of each other. It's so
Nope.
funny.
I will say I liked I like the way you can see like the character development with that scene, right? Is with them. No, they're not gonna back off. They're still like the same intensity. Then they crash. I like that a lot.
Oh, what about 8, Tanner? You gave your opinion on 7. What do you think of 8?
8, also the same 8. So that's the one where Vin Diesel's like evil, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think is that when Charlize Theron comes for the first time, or
Yes.
is that in 6?
No, that's 8.
That's 8 too. I don't know. That's also really weird. That feels like a little different than 7, just because they're like introducing new characters. I feel like they tried to like separate themselves from the Paul Walker like storyline for a second and like create their own new like narrative. And don't they go back and kill his wife from when that he comes back? Yeah, that was just like a weird emotional.
Yeah, the girl he was dating while Letty was
and then he has
was dead, quote unquote. They murder her for Dom's kid.
This one feels like it feels like a soap opera. This is sometimes like these movies do that where it feels kind of like a soap opera moment, and this one
I think it's just
especially
the
has that,
acting.
with, like, the main
Some of the
characters
acting and like lines.
It's not really. Yeah.
I actually think that 8 is better than 6 and 7, just because I think the plot of that film is way more interesting. Like turning a god against like the rest of the crew, the god being Dom, of course, is like a really interesting plot. And I think that the action actually kind of holds up. Like I like when they like tether to his car and they're like all trying to pull the like car apart and he somehow gets out of it. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or like the submarine action at the end. I feel like both of you
Bullshit.
don't remember 8. I feel like both of
No,
you
He's
don't.
like a
I
Hydra
remember-
agent, bro. No, he's the.
I think all you remember
You know,
from that
to be-
movie is that Dom is a double agent. That's all.
That is all I
got.
remember.
All right.
That is all I remember.
You know,
I'm talking about 8, and both of
It-
you are looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I
whatever.
basically like.
I think 8's fun.
If you told me to
watch
tell
it.
you why Dom like turned evil in 8, I couldn't tell you. I do not remember
It's because they held it.
Why?
They
right?
have his son. They have his son.
he turned evil.
Yeah, they have his son hostage. He's not actually evil; he's just doing bad things. He doesn't want to do them.
I don't even remember him having a kid, to be honest, until
Well, he had it
Fast
with
9.
he had it with the other side girl that he had.
I really
While
don't.
Letty was dead.
Yeah, but you didn't know that until
Yeah.
they just wrote into the story.
Yeah. All right, let's move into Fast 9. Let's screw it. Let's
so
get into it. Let's get into the meat of this discussion. Tanner, we'll start with you this time. What do you think of Fast and Furious 9?
Okay, so actually, this movie, I walked in like 10 minutes late, and I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna miss like the biggest action sequence of my entire life right now. And literally, all I could think of was this review that I had watched like a couple years ago on all the Fast and Furious movies about how they slowly become like superhero movies, and then like every movie is just trying to top the last movie and how ridiculous their stunts can be. And then as soon as I walk down into the aisle, I see Dominic. Oh my God! Oh, what are you? Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Sorry. Give me a drink.
Yeah, I thought you were taking. You kept bothering me.
You see Tanner. You see
It's
Dominic
good-
Toretto.
Good job, Tanner.
Oh my
Good job.
God!
My God!
Okay, so yeah, as soon as I remember like thinking about how they had to top each other in each movie, and as soon as I walked into the movie theater at 4:00 in the afternoon, I walked in and I just see Dominic just driving across an ancient wooden bridge with his brand new car at least 300 miles per hour.
No. He wasn't
And
driving
that was-
across. He wasn't driving across it. He hooked himself
No,
on
no,
a
that-
rock
no.
on it.
No, that was it was the one before that.
His group, his friends,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, them. Yeah, not him.
the ones
And
that
then,
take
I was
Paul
like, they can't
Walker's
even top
power.
this, and then they immediately topped that within 20 seconds.
Did you guys think so?
They absorbed his power.
They do this a lot in the movie. Roman Pierce talks about how they're invincible, and it's like I thought it was going to be the setup for a joke. Like I thought he was going to get shot or something at the end of the movie, but rather than like it being a joke, he has like this inspirational speech at the end where he's like, "We're not invincible." As Dom is like doing death-defying stunts, and they like flash you to like the different groups, like members of the group clearly being invincible, as he's talking about like how they're not invincible. It's oh my god, it's so much. I can't.
We're not invincible. And then they drive a car through a space shuttle.
We
can't even talk about that yet.
Kirby, what did you think? What did you think about Fast 9?
So I got in, sat down. The only reason I saw this movie in IMAX was to see the Jurassic World Dominion little bit, by the way, and it looks
Me
decent.
too. And now that you mentioned that, I'd like to take 5 minutes and talk about Jurassic World Dominion before we actually get into talking about this movie.
So that
I'm totally kidding.
that little 5-minute clip
is not worth it.
Of Dominion. It looks great. What do you mean it's not worth it?
It was not worth it. I honestly, I watched that and then I was like, God, I wish I'd saved my money and not seen this and like watched it on YouTube instead. It was fine.
Nah, I think it was pretty good. I mean,
what was there?
Did
there
you
was
think it was
no
be an
plot
actual
that
trailer?
they gave. Everything that we saw in the trailer, it was just dinosaurs. Like it was dinosaurs running around. Like that's literally all that it had.
I mean, do you really think they're going to give something or reveal something about a movie that's not coming out from a year from now?
I just don't. That's my issue with it, is that it wasn't necessary. Like we're getting a trailer for a movie that's coming out in a year. Like nobody's gonna remember this 5-minute preview. It kind of bothered me, honestly, because I was like, why didn't you add anything? Why didn't you give any substance?
I mean, you want to know why they added it to the beginning of this film, and the same reason why they added when Hobbs and Shaw came out, why they added a trailer for Tenet to the beginning and only the beginning of Hobbs and Shaw. It wasn't shown for any other movie at the time.
That's not true. We saw that trailer together. Me and you watched the 5-minute preview.
Well, so when the first trailer for Tenet came out, it wasn't even on YouTube or anything. The only way you could see it was if you went to go see Hobbs and Shaw for like a solid week and a half or something like that. That was the only way you could see the trailer for Tenet. And the reason why they did that was because they knew the Hobbs and Shaw most likely wasn't going to have a big box office open.
I kind of disagree with you.
In my personal opinion, they know they're not making a quality movie. Like, all right, it's a fine movie, right? But it's not Fast 5. You know, same thing with this. With Fast
I think
9.
Hobbs and Shaw was set up to make at least
the Jurassic World Dominion trailer.
At least a $700 million.
Okay, but compare that to the past couple Fast and Furious movies when you're damn near next to $1 billion. I
guess.
And they added it to Fast 9 because they knew, all right, this is the craziest shit we've done. We know it's most likely not going to do well with audiences. So let's add something that only to get people to pay the ticket to go see this, just to where we can get some money off of it.
Okay. Continue with what you think of the movie.
Okay. Walked in, sat down, watched it. When it got to the part where Tyrese Gibson was in the truck hanging off the rocks, or in between the rocks above the landmine, and he gets out and he walks away from it and it fucking lands on top of him.
How the fuck does he survive that?
No, he doesn't.
What part are we talking about?
The part where the car falls on Tyrese Gibson. Were you not there for that?
Okay, the big ass first. Is that like the very beginning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was.
I missed that.
Yeah, he missed it. It was before the
There's
bridge
a part
scene.
where a truck it's like played up for laughs, and I was like, oh my god, a major character just died. A truck just fucking straight up falls right on him, and then he just walks out from behind it, and he's like,
yeah,
anything.
Well, no, he walked out and he was like, how, what, how did. So like Ludacris is there with the whatever her name is, and Ludacris is like, how did you just? You should be dead. And Tyrese Gibson is just walking past him and is like, I can't. I don't.
It's a joke that he's invincible.
Yeah, and then
It's a joke that he's invincible, and they never
I'm
pay it
not
off
kidding.
by like him getting shot or anything. They say I'm invincible. I'm invincible,
I'm not
and the
kidding.
motherfucker actually is invincible.
It is.
5 minutes later from that scene, like after he gets out of no, it was before that actually, before that truck scene, when
he gets shot
next to the or when they're yes, so they're on the airplane or on the ground when it's crashed and everything. There's like ruins around them or whatever, and the government comes in and Tyrese Gibson gets in the middle of this building that has a floor on the bottom and a second floor, and Tyrese Gibson is right in the middle of it. And then he looks around and he's got like an assault rifle, and then he just starts blazing them all, and
He kills
all the
every single
people,
one of them.
all the guys in it, all the guys in it just start like laying down on Tyrese Gibson, and you see him getting shot in like the chest, and then in the arm too. And then if you look at it, 5 seconds after he's done shooting, and he's just sitting there stunned or whatever, you see bullet holes in his jacket, smoking. I'm not making this shit up.
They pull up the jacket later, and he's like, look at all these bullets that missed me.
They pull it out. Yeah, they pull it out later, like halfway during the film, and then this is like the first Invincible speech he gives is, guys, I know we've done like some crazy shit over the years, tossing volts through banks, jump like racing submarines, and all this crazy shit. But how the hell are we walking away without a scratch? And he holds up his jacket. It's like Swiss fucking cheese. It's he should be dead 5 times in this movie, but nothing. And the rest of the movie just kind of plays off that fact. And
none of them die.
No, and none of them die. And another thing I want to say in Fast 9 at least is that they have some like lucky punches in this movie, right? So like say example for the scene when they're in London and okay, listen. In London, when Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris are getting out of the car and walking in front of the chapel or whatever, and then you see these two like servicemen walk across the road or whatever, and Tyrese Gibson like hits up Ludacris and says, "Hey, man, that guy's got cauliflower ears. He fights for a living. He boxes or whatever." And the servicemen go into their van or whatever, and Tyrese Gibson goes up to them like, "Hey man, oh yeah, so y'all were supposed to move it the other way," and he just like decks this guy that just happened to have cauliflower ears. Turns out he was right. He was the bad guy. Like he planted a bomb or some shit. And inside their service van, it's a huge ass like electromagnet thing. Which I hate.
I love it.
No, and throughout the entire movie,
I actually thought the magnet thing was pretty cool too.
Like
Tanner.
that, where
did you think that was cool? I thought that was cool. I thought that was like actually like a cool and like creative thing to do. Yeah.
I thought it was weird how they worked for them in their own way every time they needed it to.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it. It's because it worked for them in their own way every single fucking time.
From the magnet, like wouldn't it be pulling the metal of their car?
So yeah, especially the van that it was in, it would totally like just suck in that side of the van, and the entire last act where they've got them in their trunk or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they can like turn it on to where it like it attracts metal. All right, now it repulses it.
Yeah,
no,
I love that it's also not. It's not just it's not just actually magnetic, but they can do it to be like like when like you put two opposite poles or two same poles together. Like they use it like that too, and it's like, is this even like a thing that could happen?
Guys, shocking standout in this movie. Someone who I thought was originally going to be really, really shitty in this movie I thought John Cena actually did a pretty good job. Like I was
I'm not gonna lie to you. As I was watching it, I forgot that he was John Cena.
I know, bro. I was impressed. I was like, wow. I was like, actually, I like watching the trailers. I was like, oh my god, he's going to be dog shit in this movie. And then like watching the movie, I was like, no, he actually like kind of fits right in. I was like, bro, I thought he had some better acting moments than especially the two younger guys. You know what I'm talking about for the flashbacks? Oh my god.
The,
I could not stand those guys.
Yeah, those are really cheesy, bro. They're so cheesy.
the worst part of this movie, the worst part, like besides the scene of them going into space and crashing into a fucking satellite with a car, because
That's the
taking
best
a
part.
car into space makes fucking sense.
That's the best part.
I have to bleep
Was
all those
the
F words,
entire-
Kirby, so just keep it
I'll
up.
admit John Cena was John. I don't care. John Cena did a okay job with his character, but I hate his character being a part of the Fast and Furious franchise because it completely eliminates the build-up and characterization of Dom's character and Mia's character, and just the invisible father figure they had as a kid.
I think you're
the
giving them a
entire
little more credit
franchise.
as
And
far
it-
as
and it
like
completely
character
wrecks-
build up than they deserve.
No,
Like, I
no,
don't
they-
know
they
if their
complete- they
character build up
completely
was that
wreck
crazy good.
his-
Like
Father figure. It's
I
they
did-
completely
I-
wreck it. I hate his character being in it. It ruins the franchise for me, to be honest, with his
Oh
brother
my
being
God,
in it.
Okay, let's chill out.
Well, and
Kirby, let's
another
calm down.
thing.
That if something was
was
going to
in the
ruin the
flashback-
franchise, it's not the fact that John Cena's in the movie.
No, not John Cena. John Cena did fine. It's the character itself. And another thing was in the flashback when Dom figures out that his brother cracked the fuel line or whatever. The first time he figures it out is, all right, the last person under the hood was my brother. He must have killed my father. Why the hell did you kill my father? He doesn't even talk to him about it. He doesn't even question him about it.
Historically
He's just,
bad.
no, get the hell out of
communication
here.
skills.
You
His
killed him.
communication skills are the worst communication skills I've ever seen. He says, "I know you killed our dad. Let's race, and you just keep on driving." Like, bro,
Why did you kill
talk
him?
to him about it?
Yeah. You got two options.
But it seems exactly in character for Vin Diesel. That's the
I
thing.
know. Yeah,
my
that's good, too.
last thing with Fast and Furious 9. This is the worst Fast and Furious movie out of all 9 of them.
There's no
Hard
way you
pass.
would say
I
that.
have to,
It
I
is
have to
the
disagree
worst
with you.
one.
That is wrong.
I have
So
to
No.
disagree with
The
you. I'm
only
so
good part-
sorry.
That is
At least this
the
one's
only-
memorable.
the
Like
only
you're not
good
going to walk
part
away
that's
from
in
this one
Fast-
forgetting it.
no. The only reason I'll remember this movie is I'm a big fan of Charlize Theron, however you say her last name.
You had it right the first time.
Theron?
There.
Yeah,
Right?
you're right.
Oh,
Okay.
so Charlize matters,
Is
but Gal Gadot does not.
Just the scenes.
It's probably because she's white.
Okay. Whoa.
Keep that video.
Whoa. Get
That's
that.
terrible.
No.
Aren't they both white?
Get that out. No, whoa.
I think Gal Gadot's a little.
Whoa!
She's not just white. I think she's
Whoa!
white. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No.
She's, like, different.
No. Anyways, I'm a big fan of Charlize Theron, and the only reason I'll remember this movie is because she's in it and the scenes that she's in. That's all I have to say about Fast
a
9.
trend because
I
I
hate
think
her
she's
character.
going to come
Her
back
source
for
in the
multiple
movie.
movies, but I think in the next couple of movies she should also have an equally as bad haircut, if not worse. Like her haircuts keep getting worse and worse in each film, and I like that a lot because her haircut in this film is absolutely atrocious, and her haircut in Fast 8 is also absolutely atrocious. I cannot stand the way her hair looks in these movies.
I think it looks decently good. I don't know what
Oh
you're
my
talking
God, Kirby.
Kirby,
Insane.
Kirby, I know you're joking, bro. I know you're joking.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good to me.
Joking. That's true. I just keep thinking. Y'all keep reminding me of. Every time y'all say something that reminds me of a part of the movie that I forgot about. Especially Charlize Theron's haircut, because I specifically remember looking at her hair and being like, "That's different." and then I didn't expect you to say anything about it in the podcast.
I can't stand it. I think this movie loses me. Well, first of all, I hate that they brought back the Tokyo Drift character because I don't like Sean. But he was honestly a little more tolerable in this movie because he's a completely different character. Did you guys notice that? He's just 100%
he's like
not the
outside
same
this
guy.
universe.
I could go on. I'm not going to say anything because if I go on again, I'm.
He feels like a clone of the guy from Tokyo Drift 3.
I know.
He doesn't feel
Like the dude's like weak brother or something. Like the dude
he feels like a robot version.
he's really not the same. Like, and all of a sudden he knows how a rocket engine works.
No, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I kind of disagree with you. I actually really that's like one of my favorite parts of the movie, is seeing him back in it. Because they're if you like whatever you say about Fast and Furious, yes. Because you cannot say that these movies do not try and make sure that all of them connected. Like if you watched Fast 9 by itself, you would be so confused.
That's true.
Because objectively, if you watch it by itself, it's a terrible movie. But you have to watch the first 8 to know even what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that leads to their downfall, honestly. I think that's a big problem for this movie, is that it's so interconnected with all the other ones. Like, I feel like if you watch Fast 8, you can just watch that movie and like have a good time. Don't you think? But like this one is like so intertwined with the other films.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want to
doing it. I don't know how they.
You want to know which Fast movie you can watch and have a good time with it? Fast 5.
Fast 5 is pretty damn good. But we're not talking.
I think you can watch. I feel like Tokyo Drift is the best by itself. But
Tokyo Drift sucks, Tanner.
Tokyo Drift is the best by itself.
It's so
Name
bad.
one thing that's good with it.
The scene in the elevator when he's talking to what's that guy's name?
Twinkie.
Twinkie. When he's talking to Twinkie, and then he says DK, and he's like, "What's DK stand for?" Donkey
Kong.
And then the elevator's open. That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know if Tokyo Drift's the best one, Tanner. I'm gonna have a hard pass on that. But I do kind of I don't know, man. Part of me likes that it's interconnected, and then another part of me doesn't, because I'm like, does it get confusing for newer audience members, or are they just like, they're so vetted in their Fast and Furious movies now that like their audience is dedicated enough so you don't have to worry about it?
Now
I'm making Fast and Furious for any new viewers, in my opinion. I think they're just making it for people that have seen all the other ones.
That they're just making it because they can get money off of it.
Yeah, that's really it. So did you like it, Tanner? Or are you just kind of in the middle on it?
Oh, I actually really liked it.
No way. No way, bro.
Fucking thrilling, dude.
You're joking. You really liked it?
Fast 9?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they lose me going to space, Tanner. It's too much. It's too much, man. They go to space and then they act like it's easy to go to space. And like they're fucking like, he duct tapes a suit together, right? But if there's even one single leak, if that's not the tightest duct tape, like seal pressurized thing, then he's completely dead. Like every single like part of his body would just burn down to atoms from the pressure.
So he isn't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying the duct tape thing didn't bother me because I mean, if you go back in history and look at Apollo 13, they used duct tape to save the day. So I'm not that part doesn't bother me that much.
But I'm talking about
the duct tape
on
part,
a
the
suit.
space scene entirely. No, but they used it on a vent that they had to.
The reason I know that this movie is insane is because they go to space in this movie, yes, but that's not even the main story. That's a side character arc.
You're so right. They send the side characters into space. It's not even what the main focus is. That's such a good point.
Because Dom having a brother is a better story than two people going to space and crashing through a space shuttle in a car.
What's crazy to me
made
is
by the people from the third movie.
I actually thought that the Dom and his brother stuff, I kind of liked the moment. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that I watched them all back to back, but I liked the moment between like Dom and his brother and Mia at the end. Did you guys? I was kind of like, oh, this is actually a nice moment. The music was swelling, and I was like, this isn't bad.
I just thought it got there really fast.
Not John Cena, but John Cena's character can go fuck himself.
I didn't think it was that.
I hate his character.
I didn't think it was that world ending. You really didn't like his character. It especially didn't bother me since they show. Like, they show that one, Dom clearly has no reason to bring up his brother because he, like, actually does not like his brother. And they show that. And then they also show you, like, how the event with his dad transpired. So you see him killing that dude that he talks about in the first movie. Like, it didn't bother me that much that Dom had a brother because, like, they kind of, like, didn't leave any loose threads there.
That's another thing I want to talk about real quick was... This is a nitpicky thing for me, but in Fast 5, when The Rock is telling why they have to catch Dom the way they have to catch him because of how like slippery and dangerous he is, and when The Rock says he killed a man with a wrench, he said a socket wrench. Okay, this is me nitpicking it because I've worked in a fucking mechanic shop for a couple of years. In the flashback, he grabs a pipe wrench, not a socket wrench.
To be fair,
big fucking difference.
That's supposed to be the guy that he killed.
To be fair, like, it's not like The Rock would like actually give a shit like what type of wrench it was. Like, The Rock's character wouldn't care.
Yeah, like honestly, you could have just slipped up and said socket wrenches. That's like arguable from your point of view, Kirby, but like in a real world setting, I feel like it would be fine.
Yeah. In a real world setting, when we're talking about the Fast and Furious movies, in a real world setting.
God.
No fucking way.
They're so far. There's no stakes whatsoever because you know everybody's going to be fine.
Except Paul Walker.
Kirby.
You know, even he is fine. Even he is fine in the Fast and
No,
Furious
listen,
universe.
here's the thing with this is, I think this is a problem. I think that Brian being alive is an issue in these movies.
Oh, I think so too. Especially with the end of it, we're like, oh no, there's an empty chair. Oh wait, he's coming. Pulls in the no, fuck out of here. No, he's dead.
I think it's becoming.
No.
I think it's becoming unnatural and kind of like uncanny. Like, do you guys kind of agree?
No, it is. Especially
uncanny is definitely,
and especially the scene where, they say, "Oh yeah," and Mia comes in, and it's only Mia, and then they somehow get on the conversation of, "Well, no, your kid and my kids are in the safe hands, or in the safest hands with Brian." Why the fuck wouldn't Brian be there instead of Mia?
Well, because it's Mia's brother. See, that scene was fine. I think my issue. I think my issue with that scene is the fact that I think the lines were delivered a little like too much. Like, they wanted it to have too much of an emotional punch. Would you agree, Tanner?
What, like the Brian scenes? They try and drive him home.
No, like what Kirby is talking about, where he was like that one scene where they're like, "Oh, he's in the safest hands possible. He's with Brian." I feel like the reason that didn't work.
Oh yeah.
Is because they tried to give that too much emotion.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense in the cinematic reality that he is alive that they would even say that. Like,
it doesn't make. Yeah, you're right. It's not that. It's just like it's too niche. Like, it's they're talking about Brian as if Brian is dead in universe, but Brian is very much alive and okay in universe. So they're talking about he's the safest person possible. In universe,
it's weird.
Yeah, they're talking about him, and the audience knows that Paul Walker's dead. But in universe, nobody would ever talk about like a guy like that if he was still alive. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially like they talked about Paul Walker in a way that the characters would never talk about his character.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you're right.
He's with Brian.
You're right.
I don't know. What did you?
It's almost like the characters in universe are talking about Paul Walker, not Brian.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. How did you guys feel about the reasoning behind Han coming back? Did you like that or did you not like that? How did you feel about that, Tanner?
I feel like they just do whatever they want, and anything that isn't on camera is a chance for them to break it off and end it in any like even if it's on camera like Han's death, it was literally on camera, and they were like, but it wasn't on camera from this angle, and so he's still alive.
The de-aging
They
that
don't
they
even
did on
care.
Han was actually pretty
they're
good.
just so invested in it. They just honestly, I was thinking that I was like, I've never seen that happen like that well outside of a Marvel movie.
Yeah. So did you think it was deserved though, or did you think it was a bit much?
I definitely think it was a bit much. I liked it just because I like every character from Tokyo Drift, but I think it is a bit much. Like you said, it feels like the director just liked him so much, or is that you or Kirby, that he just brought him back?
No, Justin. I think Justin Lin really likes working with him. That's yeah. What about you, Kirby? Did you think if you felt was it deserved or no?
Hell no. 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 You have a guy die in a fiery car crash by a villain that they faced in a movie before this, and we know that No.
They retconned their own retcon.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. They retcon their own retcon.
I've never.
I did like the post-credit
Now that
scene.
you said that, Tanner, I don't think I've ever. No, I hate no. What?
That's actually exciting. That is a good post-credit scene.
Yeah, it really is because it sets up like maybe he'll be in Hobbs and Shaw too, or maybe he'll. I really liked it.
You're gonna be best friends now.
He's part of
these movies are getting to the point where I probably will not see any future ones.
I'll watch them twice for both of us.
Kirby, if you're going to be on this,
it's getting to the point.
See those future ones.
I can't.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Okay, yeah. So Tanner liked it. Kirby didn't. I thought it was fine. I at least thought it was memorable. Did you have a favorite part, Kirby?
No.
You didn't like any of it? No way. Not a single part you liked?
The scene with Charlize Theron, and that's
Oh my god, scenes with Charlize Theron. You just reminded me of the dumb ass guys. I hated everything on the planet. I wanted to fucking claw my eyes out and burn my skull when they started talking about Star Wars. Who's the most meta and uncomfortable? Like, I hated it so much. I hated it. It was the worst writing I've seen in a while.
I forgot about that.
It was the worst. I was literally sitting. I was seething.
Oh yeah, no.
Like I was sitting in my chair and I was just mad at the screen.
I don't care if you have to go fight Chewbacca and get him in here. And the guy walks over to Charlize Theron's like cage or whatever, and I'd probably be like Han Solo or something.
You're Yoda.
No,
Yoda's
Luke Skywalker. No,
with a hand up his ass.
You'd be Yoda. Yeah. Well, no. He goes, oh yeah, because I'm like wise and powerful. No, because Yoda's a puppet and he's got a hand up his ass. That line, that comeback line, that was a solid fucking delivery. That was stone cold. I fucking loved it.
I just hated the lines.
That's my favorite part of the movie, was her delivering that line.
Couldn't disagree more. Tanner, what was your favorite part?
Because Yoda's a puppet and got his hand up his ass.
I'm sitting here thinking about if there's any other parts that I liked the most, but I feel like I was the most excited for when what's his name, Dom, Mr. Toretto closes like the seal on Letty and then fights 30 men.
You're so right.
I just want to acknowledge his power again. His power where he stands up, grabs the chains, fucking yanks it like he's goddamn Superman, and the entire fucking silo collapse.
Oh my god!
God,
it's so crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you expect me to believe that this is a regular man? You expect me to believe that this is just a strong guy who lives in this universe, and he's able to rip down this
and he falls like 500 feet, like 100 feet into the water below him, and doesn't miraculously get crushed by a big ass chunk of concrete. And Letty dives in after him too.
Also, I'm sorry, the guy who plays younger Dom
completely in character. You can't say anything about it.
the guy who plays younger Dom in this movie
great A casting on that part.
looks nothing like him. I'm sorry. I just disagree with you, Kirby. The guy who plays younger Dom looks nothing like him.
I'm not even gonna lie. At the first flashback, the first flashback, I couldn't even figure out who they were trying to imitate with the first flashback.
The John Cena one kind of looks like him. Like that one kind of.
If it wasn't for the crosses, yeah.
Yeah, because he kind of has like a similar like bottom face structure. But the guy who's playing Dom looks nothing like him. Like I was like, if you can de-age the Han, why don't you just de-age Vin? Because he doesn't look that much older than he did when he was like 20 or whatever.
That'd be weird. That'd be weird.
Because like Dom is like 40 something, and they need like a teenager Dom or whatever, like late teenager, early 20.
But look what they did with Robert De Niro and The Irishman. Like you're already spending $200 million on this movie. You could probably just de-age Vin Diesel.
All right, but you're taking like a 70-year-old man and making him 40, 30, something like that. That's a lot easier to do. You've already got like the facial structures and everything set.
They sent him back to World War I.
Once you're getting like 17. Down below. In The Irishman?
Yeah, he was like a.
Oh yeah, they do. They do, don't they? Shit.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I just thought.
All right,
I was
fair point.
I was like, this is stupid. I don't know.
I forgot about that.
But what? Continue, Tanner. Sorry, I interrupted your favorite part. You were saying.
Oh, well, there's the part where he just is stronger, and also I think we're just kind of like passing over the fact that they're like murderers. They kill a lot of people,
dude.
And like these people don't seem like 100% deserving of death, especially the gruesomeness. Like not even the fact that they're dying, the fact that he's like breaking their spines on railings.
It's so funny to me. It's so funny to me that almost every single one of these movies ends with them in a prayer circle at a table, all grabbing hands, all being happy, all talking about family, when they know that hours ago,
when they literally killed like 50
they are
guys,
mass murderers. They're killing people by the hundreds, if not by the thousands, and they do it in almost every single one of these movies. They're crazy.
The magnet scene where they're just dragging stuff out of the stores.
I know. There's so many people who die, and it's especially apparent. Which movie is it where they're like running over like 90 trillion cop cars? Is it? I think it's Fast 5 where they have the safe and he like bangs and kills like 90 trillion cop cars.
Yeah,
he kills every single one of those cops, and they're just simply doing their job.
To be fair, half of them could have survived.
No, Kirby, watch the movie. It's like maybe one of them. Maybe one of them.
I did.
Survive. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. They're all crazy. They're all mass murderers, and it's really hilarious. I think if I had to pick a favorite part, I would say I kind of see like my favorite goofy part, like my favorite part that just made me like cackle out loud because I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this, is when they went to space, because that is just so stupid. Like that is utterly stupid. Like there's like I felt dumber for watching it, but I actually kind of liked I thought it was very touching. I actually did, between John and Vin. I thought they set that up with the flashbacks, even though I hated every flashback in this movie. I thought they were all cheesy and all bad. I actually thought that they set up John and Vin's like reunion. And I thought that was actually delivered quite nicely. And I do like the action with the magnets is pretty cool too. I know you don't like it, Kirby, but I thought it was actually pretty dope. Except when they flip the car. When they flip that big train thing, and then Dom jumps out and like rolls it and then it crashes into that drone. That was the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. I thought that was so stupid.
Okay.
Or when he throws the bomb on the side of the train and throws it perfectly to where it like causes the train, like the big truck to like perfectly land. I was like, my brain, I literally can't fathom how perfect he has to be like this good at what he does.
How the hell does a mechanic street racer from LA get hired for the military to track down the most important piece of technology that could end the world and be perfect and succeed at it?
Well, I'll tell you how. It's because the producer of the movie is the same actor who is playing that character. Vin Diesel produces all of these films.
So the thing that I heard is that the only reason why Vin Diesel does the Fast and Furious movies anymore is to where he can get paid to do all of his other movies, like all of his like low budgeted
It's genius.
Riddick
like
7.
solo films, more or less. Like the past couple ones was like what
Riddick 7.
what Riddick 7? What the hell? Anyways,
You don't know what Riddick is? Oh my
like
god.
Bloodshot. What? No, you said Riddick 7.
Yes, because you said whatever. Just keep going.
Anyways, but like his past couple movies with like Bloodshot, the last Witch Hunter, something like that, and the past couple other ones, to where he can do those films. That's the only reason why he's doing Fast and Furious.
Where do you think
I
we're going with this? With the next one, Tanner? What do you think's next? We've gone to space now. What are we doing next?
I think there might be another kind of Hobbs and Shaw thing in between this one and the next Fast and Furious movie with like Han and Jason Statham. And then after that, I think they're gonna bring Charlize Theron back for like her actual like final like finale or whatever.
Do you think
that's gonna be 11? I don't know.
So? Do you think 10 and 11 will be like them getting rid of, like trying to deal with Cypher?
Yeah, unless they bring like Vince back or something to be like the Thanos of this universe. I don't know.
Do you think that Dom dies? At the
Gosh.
end of it?
I hope
I was
so.
thinking about that because nobody has actually died in a long time, and I think Dom is gonna either die or someone.
Well,
really
no. He's gonna die, and then at the end of the movie, when they're sitting around about to eat dinner, about to like pray, he's gonna walk out of the fucking house and like, oh, no, I'm not dead. I've been hiding.
I think they need to
That's
kill
what's gonna
Brian
happen.
in the next one. I think they need to kill him off screen, and I think that needs to be Dom's motivation to like super hate Cypher.
That actually might be not a bad.
Because then you can have Mia come back in. They can send the kids off with someone. Like it works out perfect because then you don't have to worry about like this weird, awkward plot hole with Brian like just driving in and us never seeing him, and like how awkward it is that he's one of the best drivers / shooters / fighters on the team and he never joins in. Like it's just weird, you know. I think they need to get rid of him in universe 2, and then that way it'll fuel like it's been long enough. I think it's been long enough since his death. Like you can kill him in universe, and I think people would be okay with it. Do you guys agree or no?
The
I don't know,
way
like,
that
that would be weird too. At the same time,
the way that they could have avoided this problem is in the franchise after 7.
Well, Kirby, we're not in that world.
That's how they could have
unfortunately.
avoided this entire problem.
We're not there, Kirby. We're not in that world.
We should be. That's all I gotta say.
What do you think, Kirby? What do you think's next? Do you care?
You know, the only reason why I want them to make another one is to where it's like Fast and Furious 10, nice round number, then just
They're ending
I don't know
11.
what they should do next. I don't care what they should do. We don't need 11. We don't need 9. To be frank. No, I don't care what happens. After 7, after 7, 8, and 9, they're some of the worst Fast and Furious movies.
I don't like 8. I'm sorry. I disagree with you. I think 8's kind of fun.
Plot holes everywhere. They need to end this. I'll be happy if they end this. They're not going to end it because they've got a shitload of money. So I do not care about this franchise.
I need some actual stakes involved. They need to reset the tone. They need to kill a character, I think. They need to like have an actual consequence. Would you agree, Tanner?
yeah, that I think you're right. Like the problem with this movie is that you bring everyone back in and nothing happens to anybody, and nothing has happened to anybody for the past few movies. Even like
movies.
even the people that are like gone in real life are still there. Like they still like it's been like I feel like they're scared to pull the trigger because like I feel like they're gonna lose like their highest rating and then they bring them back anyways. But like they need to actually do something.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they need to film 10 and 11 back to back, kill the character, and then just release both the movies. Like kill a character and then don't worry about like how the reviews are gonna like think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like take the risk because it's the end anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like you can bring these back for a lot. And if you want to, you can do whatever kind of prequels you want to keep making money. But just end this story.
Do you guys think we're going to like Jupiter or something next?
God. No, you got to be realistic. It's going to be Mars.
I don't know how you top this. Do you go to the center of the Earth or something? Like, what do we do? What do we do to get like the next step? Did they just commit to space?
That's the trick. That's the trick they don't.
They're gonna drive on the side of buildings or some shit like that. They're gonna defy gravity or something.
Isn't there like a superhero
that's
in
my,
Hobbs and Shaw now? Wasn't like Idris Elba like a superhero or something, like an enhanced individual or something?
Yes.
He was cybernetically enhanced.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just super.
So maybe that's where they go next. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to hold it from you. And apparently The Rock is going to be coming back.
They have a cliffhanger at the end of the movie.
Well, don't spoil it for me.
Surprised.
I haven't seen it. But apparently The Rock is going to be coming. Vin Diesel and The Rock.
What do you mean you haven't seen it?
Made up. I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw. Vin Diesel and The Rock made up, apparently. So now The Rock is coming back to Fast 10. And I honestly couldn't be more excited because he's like my favorite character in all of these movies.
What do you mean? That
They like had a huge fight.
They had a huge fight.
They had a fight?
Yeah, that's why The Rock was only in like
I never heard about
separated in 8. That's why The Rock like is like on a completely different storyline in 8 and like he's barely in 7 at all. It's because they had like a huge like fight and they didn't get along. And now they made up on Twitter and they were like, "We'll see you in 10." And like now they're gonna be back to like he's coming back for Fast 10.
I never heard that.
That's why he got his own universe, is because he was a
I never heard
popular
that.
character, but they couldn't put him in like the Fast and Furious movies anymore. So they were like Hobbs and Shaw.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. Are you guys have anything else you like to add about Fast and Furious 9?
Should have never been made.
I disagree.
I disagree too. It's kind of fun. It's stupid as hell. Like it's dumb. It's one of those movies you turn your brain so far off you can't even see what's in front of you. Dumb. But I really enjoyed it.
If you have to turn your brain off to watch a movie, why are you watching that movie?
Because it's fun.
It's not fun.
It's
There's
not
no-
fun.
Come on,
No.
Kirby. It's kind of fun.
No, if
It's
you have to
cheap
turn your brain
action
off
and,
to
like,
watch
some
something.
corny dialogue. It's kind of
No.
fun. It's like the Mortal Kombat movie.
No. A movie needs to be intriguing and to, like suck you in within the first 10 minutes of the movie. If it doesn't, it's no.
They literally do that in every single one. They literally specifically put huge, record-breaking like action scenes at the beginning of every movie to keep you watching.
The minefield action was kind of fun, don't you think, Kirby? I thought it was kind of fun. The minefield. No?
No,
Wow. Okay.
there was not a good action sequence in this film.
All right. Well, Kirby, where can people find you on social media?
Just look up find me on Twitter and Instagram as Curbs McGurbs and you'll find me.
Wow. I'm so proud of you. You've come so far. Tanner, what about you? Where
Get out of here.
Where can people find you on social media?
Probably just Instagram, just my name, my first and last name, Tanner Pieper.
Well, don't sound so
Not doing
interested.
anything.
Jesus Christ.
Creative.
There's no reason for them to follow me. There's no reason.
And that will conclude our show. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Add me on Instagram at Dylan Reviews. We're all appreciative of you listening and hope to have you back when we talk about the Forever Purge in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Everyone here agrees this movie definitely melted our mind in some way or the other.
No.
See you guys next time.
No.
Definitely affected us.